Let me ask you something. Have you ever been to a local barber's wearing your hair system and felt terrified about how you're going to explain this to the barber? What if people start laughing? Do you just feel overwhelmed because you don't know what you're going to say when you're sitting in that chair? And then you start internally catastrophizing, thinking, what does the barber think of this? Well, don't worry, guys. You're not alone in this, and I've been through this exact scenario a million times. In fact, sometimes as often as every 3 weeks, the barbershop I go to in town, they've always got different barbers working, so I kind of have to explain myself every single time. And the purpose of this video is to really just lift the lid on what's going through a barber's mind, but also how to deal with this when you actually just go into a barbershop to get your sides cut. And I'm hoping this video will help you feel empowered, it will give you the knowledge that you need, and I'm hopeful that it will reduce some anxiety that you might have around this. And if you're new to this whole hair system world, stick around, because I've got some great resources just for you that will help you skip the awkward phase and get hair systems right from the start. Now let's start with the first moment. You walk into the barber shop, it's your turn to sit in the barber's chair. Now barbers are trained to spot inconsistencies. It's literally their job. And I'm sorry to say this, but you will not fool them. They will know that you're wearing a hair system. So you may as well just be honest with them and explain that you're wearing a modern day toupee hair system. And I can say with a fairly high degree of confidence that you will not be the first person they've cut hair for who wears a hair system. But if they haven't cut the hair of someone who's wearing a system, my general experience of it all is they're just really interested. They're really curious. They ask questions sort of like, how do you secure it? What's the attachment like? Did you cut this in yourself, or do you get a professional stylist to do it? And a really common one is like, where do you get these from? Where do you get these hair systems from? Because they look really good. The vibe is usually professional curiosity. And another thing is that barbers are really, really good at reading the room. They can genuinely sense if you're open to talking about it or if you don't want to talk about it. They will literally follow your lead. I'm quite happy talking about it, but I can totally understand why you wouldn't be and you'd want that discreetness, but you can trust the barber to get it right. Now I want to talk about the practicalities, because that's really, really important. Obviously, they're not cutting the actual system hair, they're just cutting your side hair. So my barbers, they don't even use clips to hold the hair system up, they just cut around it. They don't use clippers, they use scissors, because they know that if they use scissors, they can more effectively blend the hair system hair with your natural hair on the sides. I also always say to them, go for a mid or low fade, because if you go for a high fade towards where the system starts, the blend is awful. I've done it before and it looked terrible. You just need to make sure to tell them to not cut the hair system hair. It's been styled that way for a reason, and to just focus on the blend with the hair system hair and your hair on the side. But trust me, they're pretty skilled at that. You don't need to be a hair system professional technician just to cut the side hair and get a blend. Barbers are trained to blend hair. So that's really worth remembering. As I said, I go every 3 weeks, I pay 20 quid, and they do an absolutely fantastic job, and they've got no training in hair systems whatsoever. They don't touch the system, they just work on the sides. But please guys, if you get really into your head and you start worrying, getting super anxious, hair systems are becoming more and more mainstream now. They're actually pretty common. And I read a study the other day that predicted that the hair system industry in the next 5 years is gonna double in size. So just remember that barbers also want to look after your hair, and sometimes they might recommend a conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, a certain styling product. Now personally, I'd advise you to politely decline those offers, because they work with normal hair. They don't work with hair system hair on a day-to-day basis, and there's specific products that are made just for hair system hair. So if you've got a hair system and you're not sure what to use, you might want to check out my video course, Hair System Bootcamp, Master DIY Maintenance. It teaches you everything from choosing the right system, to getting the right products, to tutorials so that you can master your own maintenance. But also you get some exclusive access to some really cool resources, including a hair system stylist directory, and there's new content that's regularly uploaded to the platform. If you only take one thing from this video, let it be this. Barbers don't care that you're wearing a hair system. They care that you look and feel your best. So don't fear the chair, don't overthink it, and don't assume they're judging you. They're probably admiring your innovation of finding a novel solution to your hair loss. Now, if your current system is looking a little bit ragged and you need a new one, you can use my exclusive 10% reusable discount with LaVivid. All of that information is in the description box below. And if this video helped to clear up some of your fears, anxieties about going to a local barber's to cut your sides, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Have you avoided going to a local barber's to get your sides cut? Or do you just go to your regular stylist every couple of weeks? Let's talk about it below. And remember, you've got options. You've got support and you're not alone. That's what this channel is all about. I'll see you again later this week.